Hi. Last class we have discussed about PHP control structures. In this class, we are going to discuss about technology first unit. This is a part 2 in unit 1. So we are going to discuss about PHP built-in functions and user-defined functions, reading data from web forms, control like text boxes, radio buttons, lists, etc., handling file uploads, connecting database MySQL. So like simple executing single queries, handling results, handling sessions and cookies, and also file handling in PHP, file operations like opening, closing, reading, writing, appending, deleting, like file operations we are going to discuss entire second part of the first unit. So in this first we are going to discuss in this video PHP built functions. So PHP functions, PHP function is actually PHP is really powerful. Why? Because there are more than 1,000 built-in functions are there. So actually, what is a function? A function is a block of statements that can be used repeatedly in a program. So creating a function, calling a function. So nothing but function is a block of statements. So which is having function name and open the braces and closed braces. Within the open and closed braces, we need to write the block of statements. So that is actually basic syntax in any programming language in PHP. So these are the built-in functions in PHP. So actually there are more than 1,000. Just let's say some example, some built-in functions I have given. Those are array, calendar, date, directory, error, exception, file, system, filter, FTP, JSON, keywords, libxml, mail, math, MySQL, LI, network, regx, simple XML, stream, where handling, XML parser, time. So together with many are there. Just I have listed some of the built-in functions in PHP. Next, user-defined functions. PHP user-defined functions. Besides built-in function, user can define own functions. So actually, a function will not call or will not execute immediately when page loads. Why? Because whenever the function is called, at that time the function is going to be executed. Okay. So here, just if you write a program in PHP, so if you create a function by using a function name, so that whenever if you call that function, then that function will be executed. So how to create user-defined functions in PHP? So this is the syntax for the creation of function in PHP. So for that, the word we should use function. So syntax is function name, brackets, and opening curly braces, and block of statement what we are going to write in that, and close curly braces. This is the syntax of the function. So this is the example. So just I have written here write message, write MSG. So as usual, PHPs are we should write PHP within the HTML. Even okay, of course, embedded into HTML, but without HTML you can write it, treat it as internally. It loads the web page like that. So here I have written doc type HTML. So what is the type for the HTML we need to write, even though some compatibility can be hacked, right? So HTML tag and closed HTML tag, open HTML tag and closed HTML tag. Whatever content you should write, it will be displayed on web page, that you should write between body tag. Okay. So here I have written PHP code like left angle bracket open question mark PHP. My function name is function. So I create the function by using function. So function write MSG. So here my function name is write MSG. So this is actually the syntax a programmer need to follow. So if you have two words is there, so functions actually start with lower letters, and if two words are there, second word should be capital letter. This is actually syntax of generally we are following as a programmer, as a developer, we should follow this syntax. And here this function, whenever it call, it will display hello world. So this is a creation of write MSG function, and I am calling that function. This simply next line I have written write MSG, so that first creation of function, then calling the function. So if you execute that, this program, you will get hello world. Next. So previous program just how to create function. In this program, in this function with arguments. So if the function having arguments, how can you write a function with argument? So he just like arguments like variables we should write. So in this example function, my function name is family name, argument is $f name. So variables are declared by using $f name. So like actually my intention is dollar first name. Okay. So in this way, in this function, I am going to print my that is whatever argument passed to the family name, that is going to be print. That is my idea, and BR tag is to go to next line. So that next this is the creation of my function name. Family name is the function. Okay, function creation. Then that family name function will be called by using simply with the function name. So family name by passing argument here Johnny. Next line family name by passing argument as a tail, and family name as argument Borge, and family name has Hege, and family name as K. So that I am calling 5 times of the any number of times you can call the function. Okay. So this is output of for this is simply whenever if you call, Johnny will be passed as argument to the family name. So here in this we need to remember we did not declare what is the type of the variable $f name, but while passing the value to that, so it that decided itself PHP supports compatibility, like so by passing the variable to that, so value to that, it is act as string. Okay. So this is the $f name, while passing the value to that, it is treated as string. If you pass simply integer, that treated as integer. Okay. So PHP function argument like this. Next program, that is actually PHP function with 2 arguments. See, earlier program you have written 1 argument. Here a function created by using 2 arguments. So same family name, and the 2 arguments are $f name, $f year. So my idea is to enter name and year. So that I am going to print that name and born, which year is going to be born. That is main idea for that. So that I call that family name by passing 2 arguments, 2 values. So first time if I calling family name, so within the, so while calling also separated by comma. So Hege and 1975. Of course, those 2 values are treated as string only, right? So that variables are decided at the time of calling itself. So in this way, my family name I called 3 times here. So the output is name as well as born year. Okay. This is a function with 2 arguments. Next, function with default arguments. Suppose I did not pass the value to the function, what is the output we are going to get? So but here I have written the function name is set height, as a argument $min height, and also I assigned the value to min height is 50. So that in this scenario the $min height is a variable of type what? Integer, so that it can accept only integers. So I am printing here echo the height is minimum height, min height. So by passing this I call this function 4 times. First I called by passing the argument as 350. Second time I did not pass anything, so that at the time it takes 50 as a default value. That is the meaning of default argument here. And then third one set height as I called the function as 135, passing the 135 value, and then I called as by passing 80. So that the output for this program is the height is 350. Second line, the height is 50. In this scenario, we did not pass any value to that, so that by default argument will be get. Okay. So next the height is 135. Next the height is 80. So next this is the output for this program. So we need to know just what is the default argument. That's all. Next program is function returns values. Function returns returning values. So what is the returning type of the function? So in this, by returning the value for the function, I use return statement. I use return statement. In this scenario, in this example, my function name is sum. Okay. So some function name is sum, having two arguments. Those two arguments separated by comma. Those arguments are $x, $y, and it returns the, what is the logic here? I written x plus y and assign it to the z. So the z value will be returned to the function, right? So that whenever if we call anybody with anywhere, if you call some function, you should pass two integers. Okay. So that in this scenario, just I have passed as first calling, just straight away I have written like printing statement echo, right? Sum of 5 comma 10, so that 5 plus 10 equal to 15 going to be print. So if we call sum of 5 comma 10, these 5 as goes to the first argument in the sum function and 10 goes to the second argument to the sum function. So that 5 plus 10 equal to 15. Like that, second calling, third calling will be get the output. So the totally the output for this program is 5 plus 10 equal to 15, 7 plus 13 equal to 20, 2 plus 4 equal to 6. Next, this is the output for this program. So here we need to identify function can return the value. So return the value by using return statement. Next, so here earlier we did not declare the function type, return type, but in this program we can declare function return type here. So simply here my function name is add numbers, and also I specify arguments of data types. So here two arguments are there, A and B, both are type float. So that return type of the function can be specified. The syntax for this is function name, followed by arguments, followed by quote, followed by quote, and what is the data type? So float or integer, whatever you want, you can write. So in this scenario, I have written float. Okay, my just adding those two numbers and return by using return statement, it return. So whatever arguments it takes, it return that value only. For example, here you should identify arguments are float type and return type of function also float. So that by calling add numbers in this scenario, we should pass float numbers only. See, so echo add numbers, I am passing float numbers 1.2 comma 5.2. So that for this program, the output is simply 1.2 comma 5.4, that is 6.4. Okay, this is about functions in PHP. Okay, stop.